Hey y'all, I'm back. Still got attitude, but I'm back. Been and did my little voting thing, and I'm back. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? It's one of those days. What's the word in Detroit? What's the word, Miss Detroit? Oh, okay, see, can't read. Look at me. What's the word? Vote! Tid. Because it's after 8 here in Detroit, so the polls are closed now. But I got my vote in. For the first time in 30 something years of voting, I spoiled my ballot and had to start all over. First time I've ever done that. And I think it's because I was moving too quick and had too much on my mind. So the second time, I took my time and made sure I overvoted by one on one of the selections. I had to go back and do it all over again. But I'm glad that we have that option to do it if you spoil your ballot, because it'll reject it automatically if you spoil it, and you got to start all over anyway. So um I was able to do that. But other than that, there's not go. It's cold and windy in Detroit, that's for sure. Cold and windy. um Still gonna put my house on the market and move out of the city. I'm ready to get out of the city of Detroit. But other than that, nothing else going on. What's going on your way? Where you from? Platinum, chocolate blonde. Where you at? Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I don't know if you all are familiar with this little baby. His name is Byron Bra- Baxter, and he has I think it's osteogenesis imperfecta or something. And he is so cute. His little body is all curled up and whatnot. He can't walk or anything, but oh my God, he's the cutest little somebody. Follow his page. You said you're oh shoot, I even have that's your second city, but you can't handle the cold weather. You're in Charlotte. I used to live in Greensboro and Thomasville. My baby girl was born in Thomasville. I love it in North Carolina. I love it in North Carolina. It's like, hey, Quani. Hey. Um, North Carolina is a beautiful place to raise children. Like, uh, when I moved, I was like, when I went down there and I lived down there, and when I came back to Michigan, I was culture shocked when I came back to Michigan, because down in North Carolina, everybody speaks to everybody. Like, when I lived in Greensboro, the apartment that I lived in was right off of a main thoroughfare, and there were a lot of people going to work, and this elderly couple and their dog used to come to the corner every morning and wave to all the cars, and they would come out there from about dusk, and they would just stand up there until like for about a good hour or so and just greet everybody that rolled past. They would just wave to them. And then, like, when you go to the grocery store, everybody speaks to everybody. Black, white, it didn't matter. Everybody speaks to everybody. And then, like, when I lived in Thomasville, everything in the city closes down at about 10 o'clock. And it's a dry county, too. So it was like, oh my goodness, it was like beautiful down there. It was everybody had a garden, a farm, a livestock, and a life. And then everybody worked 2, 3, 4, 11 jobs. That's just the culture down there. And oh my God, and that's gonna bring up a whole nother issue. That is what I was talking about in my title, ignorance begetting ignorance. But everybody down there worked, and everybody worked hard. Like when I was down there, I would work. I worked a manufacturing job for a minute until I got in the hair salon, back in the hair salon, and built my place up. You held a community awareness event at Burt's. Oh, girl, you gotta keep in touch with me. My girlfriend does a lot of stuff down at Burt's. She puts on a lot of shows and stuff down. Her name is Giselle. They call her. Everybody calls her G. G does a lot of stuff down at Burt's. And she knows darn near every celebrity, like musician and all of that. So she knows everybody down in Burt's. She does a lot, and Burt's got good food, baby. Burt's has good food. We gotta talk. You know what? I might go down to Easter Market too. You worn out. I know you tired, preach, but you don't overdo it, baby. Don't overdo it. But I was gonna say, like, everybody down in North Carolina. When I worked down there, I worked in a manufacturing job while I built up my clientele at the hair salon. And when it got so big that I couldn't do both, I just did hair all day. But I could make what I made at at the job, at the manufacturing job, in one day. I know I saw the videos you've been moving. And so when I got my clientele built enough where I could condense it and take care of my kids, I started doing hair in the shop, and then I started working at home and just taking care of my clientele at home and keeping on my overhead. But I said that to say that when I lived down in North Carolina, the work ethic of those women and men down there was something. It's like it's very seldom that you see anybody at home just walking the street during work hours. Everybody worked somewhere. Everybody had a job somewhere. If your job was selling watermelon on the corner or tilling the garden or you know something. You working your farm or whatever it was, everybody down there had a job. You just didn't see a lot of people walking down the street doing nothing. You just didn't see that. So, which brings me to like down there when it's time to vote and it's time to go and cast your vote and you do whatever you everybody they let you off of work on time or early. They extend your lunch breaks and they allowed you the opportunity to vote, which is what leads me to the title of my scope on tonight, my live on tonight. When I said ignorance begets ignorance, we have this platform. Like I got about one and a quarter hundred of subscribers right now, and out of that few subscribers that I have on here, on other platforms, I got thousands. But that's I'm just starting on the YouTube thing or whatever. So you know, I got like thousands of platforms. I don't want to be on here today, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. I'm feeling raggedy. But anyway, so we got like thousands of people on my platform, and um on no on that platform, my other platform, Facebook and all those other ones, like most of the people are like a lot of them are family, friends, people that I've known for a long time, schoolmates or whatever. So if are people in the city that like need a ride to go vote or something like that, I'll put that on that platform, whatever, and people call if they need a ride, elderly people, whatever the case may be, and that's what I do on election day. I'll give people rides back and forth if they need it or whatever, or make myself available to do it. Okay. But like today in Detroit public schools, all of the schools were closed. So that all of the schools that have polling places located inside of them, or the teachers and everybody has an opportunity to go and vote. There are no excuses. You don't have to find a babysitter. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. People will let you off of work early or on time, or they'll extend your lunch break or whatever the case may be to make it possible for you to go and vote. So that's what everybody does. So when it comes to somebody saying that they don't vote or didn't have a chance to vote or they had something else to do, then that something else is like got to be like in the hospital with somebody in the hospital, or it has to be something detrimental because the voting polls open at 8 o'clock and they don't close until 8 at night. So you got a whole 12 hours, and your workplaces have made a way, the schools have made a way. So there are not many excuses, especially if you are a homebound person. If if you are a homemaker or whatever you call it, there's like whatever. But to say that when you have a platform of thousands of people, and to say that you weren't going to vote because you don't feel like you don't feel like that's something that you're interested in, or because you feel like that's not something that you don't get into. So, and you rather be, you rather be cleaning and taking care of your family because that's the way most of the southern people that that's what they do. I say that's a bunch of bull, because when I lived in the south, everybody made sure that they had their I voted sticker. Everybody. Everybody. Oh, I gotta go get off of work early. I'm taking a half a day, and we going to vote, and we going to do this, and we going to do that, and that's what they did. So it's a poor. Don't use being Southern as an excuse, because most of the people that vote the most probably are Southerners, because they were down there where the struggle was going on. Not that the struggle hasn't been going on across the United States, because we have people on the Indian reservations that are going through. We have things that were going on down in Georgia today where they were playing with the ballots. They were playing with the ballots. Okay, y'all, listen to me. They were down there playing with the ballots where they were switching the ballots. Say like your candidate of choice was a Democrat. Well, the name was on there, but it was the name, instead of being listed as a Democrat, it was being listed as a Republican. And this is what they were going through, the old bait and switch down here in North Carolina. Okay? So, but people were still, they were realizing that and bringing it to the attention of the polling officials. And they had to get it straightened out. But this is what was going down in Georgia. In other places, in reservations or whatnot, they try to get it where um these people don't have they have PO boxes or whatnot, so they try to say you don't have an address listed, so you can't. And they know that they don't have addresses on reservations, they have PO boxes, so they were trying to make these people not be able to vote. So they had to hurry up at the last minute and fix that situation so these people would be registered in enough time to be able to vote in this election. There have been people that have blood. My father, had he lived, he would have been 81 years old. My dad served in the military. Some of my great grandparents and stuff like that served in the military. And they served in the military alongside of some of the same comrades that they couldn't even stand next to in the voting booths because they were not allowed to. So you're gonna tell me something that these people bled and died for, that you're gonna use cleaning and looking after your kinfolk as an excuse for you not to be able to make the poll, and you're gonna say that on a platform of thousands of people when you have an outlet where you can encourage people? That's wrong. And you said you're not into that because political things are too messy. Oh, but it ain't messy for you to be on your platform tearing up churches. You tearing up churches. You talking about men doing things, you know, with other women and outside of their families and in the pulpit and all this and the other. You doing this, that, and the other, but you said that wasn't that you that's not messy. You think that's a lot less messy than talking about political issues? These political issues that matter, that make a difference in our lives today, they are trying to take away everything. Social Security, medical insurance, all of our rights. One of the proposals that was on the ballot for today in Detroit was the proposal to be able to expedite voters registration, possibly same day registration, so that when you go get your driver's license and whatnot renewed, you automatically are registered to vote. That's the way it should be, so that no one has an issue being registered to vote, and they could say, "Oh, I didn't get registered." This, you automatically, if you have a state ID, a state issued identification of any kind, you are automatically registered to vote. Perfect idea, wonderful idea. Let it happen so that we don't have to worry about my 22-year-old daughter who didn't get her ID. Secretary of State made a mistake spelling her name on her ID, so her ID has one name and her voter registration will be listed in a whole nother name, so she won't be able to vote because the names don't match. Those are little insignificant issues. It's just not cool, y'all. It's not cool. It's not cool. Come on now. But you find other issues to talk about, things that shouldn't have any insignificant. And then you said you are an evangelist. That's my biggest problem. You got two outlets. The fact that you are an evangelist, number one, and that you have a big platform, number two. You have two outlets. But you need to stop concentrating on the wrong issues. You are a woman of God. Be that. If you standing up and you declaring yourself to be, I don't know who licensed you. I don't know who sanctioned you. I don't know who ordained you, who sent you, or who went you. But if you be perfectly honest, you got a lot more studying to do before you are released to go out in the highways and byways and preach the word of God. You need to study some more, baby. Because your word, the words that you preaching, the words that you talking about, no, mm-mm, no, you can't even quote the scripture the right way. And you don't know what you're talking about. You are saying stuff and you don't even know the meanings to it. Come on, come on. So, all right, I'm coming off my soapbox now. I've said all I've said about that. I'm done with it. All I say is if you all have a big platform, a nice platform that you have, and the Lord has blessed you to be able to speak to people and minister to them and um the word I'm looking for, uh encourage them to do good and positive things, do that with it. Don't use it to tear one another down, y'all. Come on, yeah. It just that just distorted my whole day. And she's a beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady. I just wish she would just do better with the things and just concentrate on your family. You keep talking about somebody that God showed you that was your husband and this, that, and you know God showed you, but God don't make mistakes like that. If God showed this man was your husband, he would be your husband right now. And he wouldn't have a reputation for being a womanizer or a false prophet. He would be your husband right now. And if God showed you these things and certain things you talk about or whatever, you wouldn't have to backpedal on so much of it. Because that's what you have to do. I've seen that pattern, that up and down pattern. You need to get you some little bipolar little medications, some little schizophrenia stuff, and you need to pop them pills and balance yourself. That's what you need to do because you're chemically off right now, baby. And I'm just saying, it's true. I'm done. I love y'all. I'll come back maybe later. I don't know, with something different.